efficient. Let's just save this to, pwede magpalit ng PowerPoint, right? Macro skills na tayo. This one.
Kapag in-edit na po, kapag i-display na po, saka lang siyang mag-a-appear since naka-extended video.
What do you mean by that? Ayan, it's already there. It's showing. And then,
Ito po ba?
yeah, macro. Yan, thank you. Ang dami niya rin pinindot, actually. Techie si Miss Galilee. Alright. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
I hope you had a good lunch. And I'm so glad to be seeing you again this afternoon for our second subject entitled Teaching and Assessment of the Macro Skills. But before we proceed to our lesson for today, of course, I would like to know you individually, just like what I did with batch 1, the other meeting. May I just ask who among you here were with us in the live streaming the time I met batch 1? Who among you here are present in that live streaming? Give me your, raise your right hand. Ayan. Okay. So, majority. I think only one was not able to attend. Is that correct? Okay. You were not able to attend? Hindi. Okay lang yun. Don't be afraid to tell the truth. Because the truth shall set you free. Okay? So now I will be having and checking the attendance with my class record. The first time I met with your classmates, I still did not have this. Okay? So let's have it. This is macro skills. Shout out to your classmates. Kindly send the link because as of the moment we are only having 2 of them. So the others might be needing the link first. So please, if you have data with you, kindly share the link. So, since I'll be using my class record, I will be calling names. Maybe some of the names are not here. They are at home. So, you will help me. By the way, for those at home, I will be checking the attendance now. And then you will have to comment present in the chat box to confirm your attendance for those at home. Now, for you here, of course, you just have to say present and diretso na ba with the introduction? No pa muna. Okay. So, attendance first and then the introduction. Okay. So, yes, good afternoon everyone. We are about to check the attendance. Okay, Miss Lucero, the leader of batch 1, kindly monitor also. When I call the name, for those students at home, you should key in the word present. Okay? So, let's start with Ako. Is she here? Kasi 14 pa lang, baka nag-ano pa lang yung iba. Maybe, yeah, good afternoon. Magpe-present kayo, key in present for those at home. Adriano. Batch 1 yan, batch 1. Okay, so I think I need to write batch 1. Adriano. Okay. Adria. Medyo matagalan to kasi hahanapin mo sa comment section. Pero sana agad, no? Mag-comment. Okay, that is noted. Heart. Asuncion. Batch 1. Ano ba to? You divided by, yung first 15. Ganun ba yung hindi naman. Okay, nagkataon lang. Okay, Asuncion. Wala pa. Bacani. Basas. Okay, batch 1. Okay. Belaro. Ayan, you saw? You monitored? Sige, thank you. Bola. Okay. Braganza. Yeah. Okay. Bunagan. Cabas. Cabides. Kadigal. Kadigal. Are you there? May nagpe-present so Pipay. Kala ko OFW. So Pipay. Ikaw Bola, ang layo naman ng name mo. Kala ko may nagpe-present si Sopipay. Sopipay Williams. Okay, cute name. Okay, Kadigal. Kantiga, ha? Oo, Kantiga. You are Kantiga. Okay. Kataina. Oh, yeah. She messaged earlier here in the first subject, but Kataina, you have to say type and key in present. Serbo. Oh, you are Miss Serbo. Present ka last time? Work sa nyo? At home? You watch the live streaming? Okay, Serda. Batch 1. It's okay, Sopipay. Cruz Rainier. Wow. Mamaya magsasayaw ka. Cruz Rainier di ba? Normie Dermilio. Yes, I saw you there. Democrito Janelle. Oh, so you are Democrito. Diodos Rian. El Tagon, like Alagon, and Aragon. Hazel May. Estole Felicity. Ito pala si Felicity. Kaya pala active din yarn. The secretary. Am I correct? The checker of my attendance last semester. Thank you for your service. Ganay Lori Jane. Okay. Thank you. Garbin Maria. Garcia Merlin John. Gimla by Riza. Herrero Jovel. O yun, si Basas nag-present. Okay. Si Adriano and Asuncion, nag-present na ba? Okay, pag nag-present, tell me. Garbin, present. Garbin Maria, present. Ayan. Monitor nyo kasi pag walang check dito, ito na talaga yun. Kadigal. Yung iba naman, wala pa po ako sa Vergara. Exactly. Kadigal, present. Kindly help me yan. Thank you. Asuncion and Adriano. Okay. Lopez, Michaela. Lucero, Marcaida, Rosper. Ayun, Marcaida. I saw you. Thank you. Omnes, Mika, Maika. Maika. This one is Maika. Omnes. Okay, present. Oy, si Bingsu, shout out. Another vlogger. Yan, Bingsu is a vlogger too. Palma Monica. Palma Monica, batch 1. Markaida. Monica, Palma, Pandong, Jason. Perhis, Maria Kim. Pohas, Mary Rose. Prado, Eliza. Hindi ko naman makita pag tinanggal ko to. Prado, are you there? Present. Noted. Saludes, Lovejoy. Love na, joy pa. Kulang na lang peace. Lovejoy, peace. Ayan, that's my Facebook banner. Lovejoy, peace. So, kulang na lang ng peace. Kaya pag nanawag kita, Lovejoy, yan ang sagot mo. Okay? Cico Villa. Absent today. But batch 2 yun. Si Dayaw, Carla. Pero pag nasa live, ano pa rin yan? Permissible. Okay, Villa. I saw Villa. Good afternoon, our dearest administrative officer. Never-ending thanks, eternal thanks for this opportunity of having our class here. Gracias, Señor. Sultan Alexander. Okay, Palma, I saw you. Noted. Palma. Noted natin yan. Okay, Villa. May Villa tayo kanina. I saw Villa. Siko, present na. Mabilis naman mag-join no? Wala pa ako eraser. Of all the pencils I have in my table, yung nadala ko, yung wala pang eraser. Yan. Shame on me. Nadumi tuloy. Anyway, Talaman. Hi, si Talaman pala. I think I just sent you a message last night. Urquiza, Berlin. Vergara, Aizel. Kalakataw, sorry po, I'm late. It's okay po, Kalakataw. Nasa abroad ka yata. Send ka na lang ng chocolate. Charot. Okay. Vergara, Aizel. Uy, lovely Darna. Nako, Darna, yung comments mo ha. Puro students na nandito. Wala mo ng mga anong jokes. Vergara, Aizel. Ibanez, Ijime. So, anyway, Vergara, ayun, nakita ko si Vergara. Yeah. That is noted. Siko, okay. Another glance in our comment section. Si Dayaw, Adriano, noted. Adriano, Prado, noted. Pandong, okay. Pandong, noted. Perhis, noted. Lucero, noted. Omnes, noted. Mercaida, noted. Vergara, noted. Julito Artajo. Ano to? Nakiki-present lang to. Si Julito Artajo. Shout out po. Noted po ang presence nyo. Thank you. Basa. Nakakatuwa naman kahit di mo student nagpe-present. So, we are missing. Ang ganda nyo po. Salamat po. Hindi na nga po nakapag-retouch. Nakakahiya naman. Oil is real. So, Asuncion, Serda, and so pwede pa namang humabol ha, don't you worry. Note na lang ako nung mga shout out Oregon Loft. Sorry ma'am, my English is under repair. From lovely Darna. Herrero present. Ayan. So for the others, Miss Sheila Lucero, just kindly check the attendance of those whom I have not seen at this moment because I'm afraid I will not be able to get back to checking the comment section because I have to know my students now, specifically batch 2. This is the time for you to reveal yourself to us, to all of us, because I believe this is also your first time having a class together, face to face. Am I correct? Ayan. So what we're going to do right now is, of course, the usual, the typical, the traditional. You will have to introduce yourself. So for those who are shy to speak, you can just, for example, give us a song that will represent you or any special talent that you have. Yung iba kasi, di ba, nahihiya magsalita. So, it's really up to you on how you're going to make a mark for today in this class. So, without further ado, let's start with, like what I said earlier, the last shall be first, and the first shall be last. So, we will start from here up to that. Okay. I will show the audience on how are we going to start this self-introduction activity. We will start from here, going there, outer line, and then you turn here, like that, and up to the last, but not the least, student here. Okay, so without further ado, please. I'm sorry? No format at all. It's really up to you.
So, hi, I'm Jessica Servo. We've known each other since last year, and I'm currently working, so I'm sorry if I wasn't here earlier. But I hope that I will be able to enjoy the face-to-face class that we have.
And I like the word enjoy. Thank you, Miss Servo.
Good afternoon po. May
Come again.
Jodos po.
Jodos. Okay.
12 years old. Active youth member po ng place namin. Yung youth part namin po is no katipunan to youth organization. Yun ang-
You're an active part of your youth organization. Wow. What do you do in that organization? Any activities?
Yes po. Ang part yan po namin is active and after the graduation ng kapitan namin na si Dr. Mars. And marami na po kami nagawang activities like yung sa place po namin sa covered court na namin na pagawa namin. Yung sa guest na po kami nag-out ng event after 2 years nagkaroon na siya ng event which is yung right now is kasi ano mo art making. Tapos nagkaroon din po ng kalat ng kalap which is lahat po ng associated youth organization within most of the people that is really good. That's iba't ibang sports po yung nandun like basketball, volleyball,
And
many more.
wow, and you're one of the active organizers of each activity. Wow, good job. Yay. Next.
Hello everyone, my name is Aloud.
What was that? Last name? Eltagon. Okay.
Organization din sa Comprehension po namin. And ako po, first po sa environmental. So, main values po namin is, mainly namin na pinag-tip po kami ng nandun nga po ba? Then, nung pandemic age po, gumawa din po kami ng parang, hindi ko lang ibigay.
Giving away the
Feeding program.
That's nice. All right. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Eltagon.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nadine Claire Talagan. I'm actually 19 years old. And actually, most of you, I wasn't able to have more, tawag dito, hindi ko pa na-encounter, but I'm actually an outgoing person. You can reach to me, you can chat me anytime.
Salamat sa libre lunch.
May palibreng pizza. Okay, that's fine. So, okay, next step ko na. If you see me as a person who is very generous, I'm like that since actually I've been into poverty and I've experienced the feeling of having nothing. That's why if I have some extra money, I will be more than happy to. And besides, during our online classes, I struggled a lot since I wasn't able to attend classes. I always ask you, sometimes I'm a bit annoying kasi paulit-ulit na siguro yung question ko or hindi ko na ginagamit yung common sense ko. But thank you so much for your patience. And sharing with my gratitude ko yung kapalit ng pag-help nyo sa akin during our online classes. Because I'm actually, for those who didn't know, I'm actually a full-time working as a call center trainer at Teleperformance Marketing. So if anyone would be interested naman, I will be more than happy to help you. And unfortunately, unlike others, I do not have organizations because I'm currently focusing with my work and as well on my studies. But before, when I was on high school, I've been joining a lot of academic and non-academic organizations, environmental or like a math organization, English organization, because I really love English language. That is why I've taken the course of Bachelor in Secondary Education, major in English, because one of my I see the struggle of students, especially in elementary and high school, a lot of them having a lot of trouble in English language. That inspired me to become an English teacher. Actually, first option ko talaga is either journalism or criminology. However, siguro ito yung destiny sa akin. Yun na. Thank you.
Thank you so much for that well-explained version of yourself. Now we fully understand. By the way, when she said sometimes she feels like she's annoying. For all of you, yan, who are being asked, let us not get annoyed when someone asks us. Now, especially if it is school related, diba? Kasi if it's something, a nonsense talk, so medyo annoying yon. But if it's school related and you know that the sincerity of that person to know something about the activity, so let us not take it as annoying. Okay, thank you so much for that. Okay, next.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is
Giomla.
I'm 19 years old and I live at Aloud City. My hobbies are reading book on the Wattpad apps and minsan po nagpo-play ako ng guitar. Tapos nag-aaral din ang ukulele. Sponsored by Mary Rose. Gusto ko matuto ng kung paano mag-play ng iba't ibang instruments. Sana pang gitara. Gusto ko mag-gitara. Tapos,
Upo na.
Shy type po ako. Uy, meron akong ano, LED light, naka-dim light yun. Ano ma'am, pinili ko itong course na ito ma'am kasi naging practical po ako since yung ate ko po is private. Naka-ano po siya nursing student, so ang laki po ng kailangan na budget sa kanya. Though, meron naman po budget sa amin ng kuya ko kaso mas ginusto ko pa rin yung PUP since pag-scholar lang ng bayan. Libre na po lahat din also. Gagamitin mo lang po yung po.
Thank you. Okay.
Hello everyone. Hello everyone. My name is Perrequisite. I am 19 years old. I don't have any talent to show, but I have a lot of hobbies like playing basketball,
Wow.
skateboarding, and then I also love reading books. I also like to write some poetry or poem. And then I also love playing games with them. And I love also playing
What games are you playing with them?
Mobile Legends. And then
Mm.
Call of Duty. Pero ngayon hindi na po ako masyado naglalaro.
Okay. Focus. Oh, focus.
So, and nag-try na rin po ako mag-bake ng cakes, like cupcakes. So, nag-start lang po ako matuto noon when yung pandemic started. So, ayun, kaya po ako marunong. So, one thing po na nagpapasaya sa akin is that seeing my loved ones being happy po, especially to my parents.
Aside from your parents, whom do you consider your loved ones? Secret? Is that person here? Wow. Is that person he or she? Okay. I thought you were still a baby. Earlier you said your mother is fixing your hair. And suddenly now you are a young adult. Okay, nag-blush siya. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Okay.
This first was not my first choice po. Yung first choice ko is to be a flight attendant. Pero mahirap po kasi doon and hindi ko kaya yung mga budget namin. So, being a teacher po is masaya rin naman po. Aside from nagtuturo ko po sa lessons, is meron ka rin po natuturo sa mga students mo. So, ayun.
Kasama mo pa yung inspiration mo. Why not if it makes you happy? Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Yes. Teka lang. Ang dami niyang fans. Dinaiga ko. Teka. It's okay.
My name is Nicole P. Lopez and ano po, parang feeling close po ako sa mga tapos po, wait lang, seryoso na pa yun. Ayun po, my name is Nicole P. Lopez. Kaya po ako nakapasok dito sa PUP Italy kasi by accident lang po.
Nabangga ka nung
Nag-try lang po ako mag-apply, tapos unang po ako pumasa sa DOFMT po. Tama ba yun? Tapos yun po, tapos napunta po yung pangalan ko kasi siguro po wala masyadong nag-confirm ng pangalan nila, pero hindi ko po siya first. Pero masaya naman po. Tapos bala ko po talaga nung first year pa lang nag-shift na po ako ng course kasi po, hindi ko naman po passion talaga yung teaching kahit po yung mga pinsan ko po yung teachers na. Pero po natutunan ko na kung mahal po masaya po yung mga kaklase ko po sa mga videos. Uy, takot!
Parang ayaw mo. Na pati professor, minahal na niya. Bakit di ba kaibig-ibig yung prof nyo nung first year? Kasama ako doon. Si Galileo. Parang hugot na hugot ka. Naku, babalikan ko nga kung sino yung mga prof nyo. Oh, what's your talent?
Gusto ko lang po nakikipagkulitan sa mga kaibigan ko, kaklase ko. Yun lang po. Pero marami po akong hobbies na tinry na try po ako ng baking, kalimba, piano. Pero hindi po siya mabilis po ako mawalan ng interest sa isang kahit po naman ng K-drama, wala akong nagtatagal.
Hindi mo natatapos.
Hindi po. Kanyari po sa K-drama, nag-try po ako manood siguro, nakalimang series
Episodes.
Series po naman. Tapos, nawalan na ako ng gana. Tapos, Wattpad naman po. Parang paikot-ikot lang po siya sa akin. Hindi po ako nagtatagal sa isang
Oh.
Sorry. Tapos, po rin, member din po ako ng pamilya.
Member ng? Grabe, ang saya ng mga ito, oh. Ayan. You're also a member of your family. Okay. Sige, dito tayo. Okay, go ahead. Thank you so much, Deb. It seems you are all serious when Deb has spoken.
President has the power.
Okay, when the president has spoken. Okay, there you have it. Thank you, Deb. And the
I don't have any talents, pero I can draw and paint. Pero hindi po ako magaling. Try ko lang.
Okay. Thank you, Cash. Shout out, commercial muna tayo. Shout out to John Mark De La Torre, your senior. Ayan, my students. Hi, JM. Say hi to your senior, John Mark De La Torre. Wave your hand. Ayan, babait nyo pag senior, oh. Okay. Go ahead. What's her name?
Happy ko po ang pagluluto and hobby ko po ang pagluluto and ano po, hindi ko po first choice ang education. Ang gusto ko po talagang i-take na course po sana sa college is culinary. Kaso nga din po, hindi ko kaya ng college since kailangan ko ng malaking amount para po makapasok sa culinary. Then,
Kinakabahan siya.
Yung interview po ako dun sa province po namin, member po ako ng Sangguniang Kabataan po na ang project po namin is more on sa cleanliness po ng surroundings sa coastal cleanup since malapit po kami sa tabing dagat po. Then kami rin po yung organize po ng mga liga po dun sa barangay po namin para po sa mga kabataan. Then, yun po. Wala po akong talent, pero kumakanta po ako sa church. Sample! Walang talent, pero kumakanta.
You wanna give it a try?
Mamaya po. Ako na, charot.
If you want, go ahead. Can I borrow? Parang gusto ko umupo. Sige, kakatake. Para naka-relax ako.
Sa church po namin. Ito. Buti-buti mo, Panginoon, sa lahat ng oras, sa bawat araw, kay laging tapat kong magmahal. Ang iyong kaawa ay magpawalang hanggan. Buti-buti mo, Panginoon, sa lahat ng oras, sa bawat araw, kay laging tapat kong magmahal. Ang iyong kaawa ay magpawalang hanggan. Pinupuri, sinasamba kita, dakilang Diyos at Panginoon.
Tunay ngang ika'y walang katulad. Tunay ngang ika'y di nagbabago.
Mabuti ang Diyos na sa amin nagmamahal.
Yay! Thank you so much for that song and for the chair. Thank you. Thank you, Miss Jasmine.
Hi everyone, I'm Ravi Felices. But you can call me LG. So, I'm 19 years old. So, honestly, I'm from Tarlac talaga. But ayun, tinig yung opportunity here sa Taguig. Kasi nakapasa daw ako sa PU. So, but actually, enrolled na ako sa isang university sa Tarlac. Then, ayan, nag-pull-out ako. Ngayon, wala akong pinag-jump na lahat. Bukod sa pag-journal. And I'm currently working on my cooking skills. So ngayon, meron din ako before. Alam yun na yun, gender society. So I'm an public relation officer. So as of now, we're working on our currently future events. So ako
Balita ko lang nag-TikTok sila.
Ma'am, may talent yan, ma'am! May talent yan!
Talent, ma'am.
Kakatapos na po
You have a TikTok account?
Yes, ma'am.
Best song!
Ayan, Miss Cabides. Miss Cabides, you have a TikTok account? Saludo. Sabi niya Cabides. I'm asking her name. Ayan, Saludes. Okay. Is that true? You have a TikTok account? Don't worry, I'll not ask you to dance if you don't want to. Deleted account. Okay. Next.
In my free time, I watch anime. Different series that intrigue me or caught my interest. Anime, drama, K-drama, or anything that may satisfy. And also, my hobbies are playing guitar and right now. But I really prefer electric acoustic. I always play my electric guitar than acoustic. It's easier. And I also sing. And before I joined a band and actually sometimes I nagsasab po ako sa main vocals.
Wow.
I'm gonna sing ano na lang. I Hate That by Arjun.
Next.
Hello po, I'm Lisa Macali. Ayan, you can call me Katie po. I just turned 20 last Sunday. Kaya nasimulan ako ng birthday. Tapos, wala po ako siya ng talent. Pero nag-online selling po ako sa Facebook. Yun po. Yun po yung ginagawa ko. I'm into business po talaga. Actually po, ang next goal ko is makapag-rent ng hunting sa mga schools. Since feeling ko po malaki po yung
Income.
income. Ayun po. Into business po.
Wow, into business. That's nice. All right. They say teachers are also into business aside from teaching. Yeah. So before we proceed to the next one, I would like to have some readings here from your senior John Mark De La Torre saying, "Good luck, guys." Ayo, kala ko walang response. And also, mega love shout out to Frankie Collies from Ontario, Canada. Wow! Oh, from Canada. Hello po. Galing. Grabe na mga audience natin. All the way from Canada. Thank you for watching. All right, for our next student.
I'm 21 years old and this is my first choice because my dream is to be a teacher, to teach with quality education. And I love eating sweets, eating food. That is why I like this. And whenever I interact with other people, I want to be, ilalabas ko yung, totoong, yung sarili ko, gently. Although kanina hindi ako masyado nakikipag-usap pa, I appreciate you all sa mga, I also have a talent. My talent is singing. Ay, tama na ba? Pinaka ko, kanta ko yung bata, is how do I, yun na lang. How do I live without you? Ang sunod. How do I breathe without you? If you ever go, how do I ever survive? How do I live? And I believe that kahit hindi ka man magustuhan ng iba, is meron pa rin. Kahit wala mo na rin isang tao na hindi mo alam na na-appreciate ka. Kaya ilabas mo yung totoong ikaw and yung talent na meron ka. Kasi may nakakuha.
Thank you for that heartwarming message. Kasing ano ng boses niya, no? Kasing angelic ng voice yung message. That's true. I just want to reiterate that to the millennials, to the young people now, that even if you're not appreciated by many, you are blessed if there is one single individual believing in you. Diba? So, panghawakan natin yan. Thank you for that quote. Eto na, parang ano to, masyadong famous. Aya, uwian na raw. Ha? Oh, mamukha nga maganda boses.
So I don't have any particular talent, but I have skills that I'd like to share, but it might be unuseful for some of you guys, but I do know how to play piano. So I can solve Rubik's cubes at any time. And of course, as you all know, I play a lot of games and I think I'm very good at it. So, pero hindi ko siya sabi, hindi ko naman siya talagang magaling ako kanta.
Really?
Hindi mo. Ba't kumakanta lang ako sa bahay? But the thing is, I do not know how to dance, and some of my skills are like, parang hindi ko na polish yung mga skills ko dahil sa color blindness ko, so that's all. Good afternoon, everyone. And I am Rainier Devora Cruz. I am 20 years old. I am currently residing here in Skimming. And my hobbies are actually, I have a lot of hobbies. My talent, hobbies are hobbies. I go short hobby of drawing, pero I usually draw and paint. And nag-play din ako ng gitara, tsaka nagkumakanta din ako. And gumagawa din ako ng mga songs. Tapos may ginawa ako last time. Then, first time gumawa ng English song. So, the song goes like this. Hope you stay with me. Now and sleep. Just I know, you know, that you're going for me. Let's ride the street lights. Let's make this peace vibe. Everything will be alright. Everything will be alright. I'm so obsessed with you. I hope you feel it too. I don't wanna be alone. I don't wanna be alone. So baby, show me that you truly love me. I want to be your only one. Only one. To be with someone else. Just with you, I'm always happy. I don't wanna see you cry. Stay with me through day and night. And that's, I'm currently working on it.
Again, your name is
Rainier
Cruz. Okay, how could I forget?
I am Maya Gality Camas. You can call me Grace Gality. Tapos, ayun. Education is not my first choice. Actually, bala ko talagang mag-nursing. However, hindi ako nakapagpasa ng 4 Because I can do a lot of things, but I can be better than that. Like, parang sa isang eksena, pwede ako maging director, pwede ako maging actress, pwede ako punta sa props and anything, pero hindi ko kayang gumaling dun sa part na yun. Yan po. And, yun, previous, sa previous ko during junior high school, nasa banda ako, nasa color guards, I know how to play with flags. And I know how to play some instruments din po. Like, kahit sa mismong banda, like yung sa lyre, kaya ko po. And I grew up in a musician family. Most of us are musically inclined. And some of us, we grow up in an artist family din po, na halos lahat sa aming magkakapatid is into arts. Yun po, kaya na-influence din po ako. And I can sing, I can dance, I can play some instruments, I can reach the heaven.
Can you sing those lines for us, please?
Yung,
The one that you just uttered. I can sing, I can dance, and touch the rainbow in the sky.
I can live, I can love, I can reach the heavens above. I can run. Hindi ko pa sabi lyrics. Yun lang.
Nice. Ganda sana, no? Open yung lyrics. Ang ganda ng song na yun. I like that song. Maganda kasi I like the lines of that song. Very inspirational. For all of you there watching, what is the title of that song with the lyrics? I can sing, I can dance. I can reach the heaven above. Hello, how are you? Ano lang, hinahanap lang yung lyrics. Multi-talented tong bata na to. Wow, don't do that. It's not intended for educational purposes. I'm sorry that my channel is just for wala lang. My stress reliever. It's the other side of me. Because we need, di ba? We need to breathe. Kaya sa mga students ko po dyan, sa mga nahawakan ko, back then, up to now, huwag niyo pong panoorin ang mga vlogs ko. It's nothing educational at all. Ano lang siya, my stress reliever. Ganyan. Yan, ready? Ay, oo nga. Naalala ko.
I can live, I can love, I can reach the heavens above. I can ride what is wrong, sing just and it's wrong. I can dance, I can fly, and wish the rainbows in the sky. I can be your good friend, I can love you until the end.
Yay! I can be your good friend. I can love you until the end if you want me to. Diba? So, a friend loves at all times. Kinakausap ko rin yung audience no, para may matutunan din sila. Okay, agree ba kayo dyan? Okay. I can po ang title from Carla Sidayaw. Thank you, Carla. Okay, next.
Let's go, Melly!
Choreographer? Ay, sorry. Sorry.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today's guest when I was young, I really wanted to be a teacher and educator because of my relatives. Most of them are in the business of teaching and education. But as I grew up, I lost interest in teaching because I have many younger siblings and I don't think I can handle them very well when I was in that age because I have very short patience towards people asking many questions about repeatedly about things that I think that it is easy to pick up. But at the same time, I realized that everyone has different different ways on how they will pick up and time because not all of them will be right at the same time, they say. But so let's see, I'm very distinction. I'm not really talented, as you can see. I tried dancing, singing, cooking. I almost took our own house. Yeah, but my siblings still ate it because they're very much afraid of me.
How many siblings do you have?
Three younger siblings.
Okay.
I'm the eldest. I don't look like it, but I'm the eldest. Yeah, most of my classmates really love me dancing because they say when I dance, they laugh. And even my previous teachers in senior high school, they still watch my videos because they told me that it's their stress reliever.
Really? I want a stress reliever now.
Because my body is really uncoordinated. I was thinking of that and yung pag nagsasayaw ko, yung iba yung nasa utak ko na ginagalaw ko yung katawan ko. Iba rin yung ginagawa namin katawan ko. Kasi nakagasundo. Wala naman talaga akong kasing talent. Pero, mag-sample Risa kasi nagpapinsa ko siya kaganyan ako.
Next. Excuse me. Hindi siya kita. Excuse me.
Wala na po akong ibang hilig. ML ko, lang po akong third year kay MJ at kay Aloud.
What's your name? Artisa po, ma'am.
Laging support yun po. Tapos,
That's a
yung...
And the other one,
bumalik sa...
si, ano po, si Sultan. Boys po.
Ayun lang po, ma'am.
Ito po. Okay. I thought you prepared something. Wow, air supply. Uy, Okay, what is that you are passing? Kala ko may love letter na eh. Okay. Last but not the least.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Alexander Sultan. I'm Alexander Sultan, and actually, I don't have any talents to show, but I have talents on my own. I was an officer in many organizations in our school, and the one that I remember the most is when I joined the SSG officer during my senior high school days. And I guess, actually, in fact, journalism opened many doors to me. I was a campus journalist for 4 years in my high school. I was a news and feature writer and also a broadcaster. And being a journalist helped me to discover my other talents that has been hidden in the shadows. So that's it. A, B, C.
Okay, there you have it. Thank you so much. Give yourselves a warm round of applause for courageously presenting yourself before this class and before this millions and millions of audience we have here in Kamahal Vlogs. Alam na alam yung tono, mukhang nanonood nga. Oh, what is my intro? Okay. So for all of you there, please don't forget to like this video. Kayo ba, when you were home, did you like the video? Yan, titignan ko kung lampas ng 19 yon. So just to ask, how many belong to batch 2? How many are you in total? 22. So batch 1 is how many? Same, as in half. Okay. Kasi we are not 22. Only 12 are with us in the live streaming. So where are the other 10? Kung 22 to, 10 ang absent. Only si Dayaw, Markaida are active participants online. O yung iba pa dito, OFW. O, nasa na yung iba niyong classmates. Ayan, so dapat pala 22. The other, the first... Hello. So, the problem is, if it's charged, kita pa rin ba yun nandoon sa board? Anyway, I need to charge my phone, so it stays there and I stay there. Okay. Now let's proceed quickly. What time do we have now? Yes, po. Any concern? Yes, yes. Yeah, so last meeting with your batch 1 classmates, we discussed about the attendance, the schedule. So if we have 9 total meetings for synchronous and yes, face-to-face and online, if we will have 6 face-to-face meetings, including batches 1 and 2, we have the remaining 3 online meetings. So what we did, the reason why I did not write it on the board, anyway, good question, because you were at home that time. The reason is that, okay, our total meetings for batches 1 and 2 are the same. So for example, October 11, 18, November 8, 22. So kayo sa 22, correct? Yes. Alternate kasi siya. And then January 10, 24. So kayo sa 24. All of those are face-to-face. So that's 6. So for the remaining 3 online meetings, meaning Zoom meetings, we have December. So magkaiba lang siya, no? So for macro skills, we have, please take this down, kasi I was not able to emphasize this. So for macro skills, we have Zoom meeting on December 7. Macro to, macro. Zoom to, kaya magkaiba. Okay? December 7, Feb 8, Feb 22. Kasama kayo sa lahat ng yun. That's because it's Zoom meeting. And then for the teaching profession, we will meet virtually on December 1, 15, Feb 2. Una tayo matapos sa the teaching profession. Feb 2 will be most preferably your final exam. Finals na yun kasi last meeting na. It is no, finals na agad pinag-uusapan natin. Okay, there you go. Finals na agad. Okay? So just, I hope my students at home also got that. Separate Zoom meetings. Okay? Kala nyo kayo lang may attendance din kami. Opo, next time din na rin po. Thank you po. Okay. Now that you're alive, ba't parang bigla kayong ginanto? Ayan na naman, discussion na naman. Kayo naman magdi-discuss. Okay, gusto niyo yun? You want that? Okay, let us check. So for our second subject, teaching and assessment of the macro skills. Just for a short recap, what were the topics last meeting on the teaching and assessment of the macro skills? Yes, Felicity?
About
Listening, that is correct. What did you learn about listening? Or anything that you remember about listening? So, ano lang to, no? Because our classroom is much bigger now. So, when you speak, and then we have masks. So, medyo mas, ano nyo kindly say that again, please.
You should know the meaning of the without words to avoid misunderstanding.
Correct. Okay, anything else you remember from our topic last meeting?
We need to interpret, analyze, and evaluate what the speaker is saying so that we can produce.
Wow, it seems like you're really listening at home. Thank you. Next.
Retaining information from the things that we listen.
Come again?
Retaining information from the things that we listen.
Okay. So, would you like to elaborate on that, Rainier?
From the activity that I did last night, it was
Last time?
last time it was the thing that I remember.
Okay.
Retaining
You watched a video, that is correct. I gave you an activity and you had the freedom to choose a material, correct? And then, from listening to that video, you were able to list down difficult words or words that you weren't able to understand. And then definitely you learned something out of that activity. Is that correct? Ayan. Okay, thank you. Do you remember some words that you have listed or even a word that you have listed in that activity?
One word that I remember is grin, Grin. And when I searched about that word, it was, the meaning of it was unfortunate. And yeah, that's it.
Okay. Unfortunate. Okay, one thing. Thank you for sharing, Rainier. So one thing that I would ask from you. Everyone here has a cell phone, right?
Yes.
Lahat may cell phone. Lang ah. Everyone has cell phones. If math majors always have calculators with them, English majors should have dictionary with us. Yes. Dictionary is the key. Why? Because that will be a part of our lesson for today. Vocabulary. So as an English teacher, it is necessary, it is important that we enrich our own vocabulary. Okay? So for module 2, it's reading. Everybody say reading.
Reading.
So here you will have to learn on the meaning and nature of reading, levels of comprehension, 3 models of reading strategies, useful aids to comprehension, and pronunciation activities that you might apply when you become teachers. So of course, reading is a fundamental skill. We all know that. It's just like in mathematics, we have, what are the basics in mathematics? MDAS, right? MDAS stands for? Correct. Now, if we have that in math, we also have the 4 macro skills plus 1 in English. So these are the skills that we use for communication. And like what you said, last meeting we had listening, and for today, we will be having reading. So let me just get this. Kasi ay, putol ang ano ko, ang image ko. So there you have it. Ay, hindi masyadong kita. Anyway, so reading is a basic necessity. Whether in academe or in your everyday life, we always read. Who among you here is fond of reading anything that he sees on the street, on the road? You just read everything, the signages. All right, that's a good sign. I remember as a child, whenever we had to go out or even at home, I just love, reading the letters that I'm seeing, words, phrases, and that is reading. From a mail to menu, to reading your text messages, and even the writings that you do, you read those writings, right? There is no escaping reading. Reading is everywhere. And for our objectives, of course, you have to get a sense of the general meaning of reading. Read articles, maybe, and explain which method they prefer and why, and then finally write a dialogue journal. So as you can see here, reading is a cognitive process. Earlier in our first subject, the teaching profession, it's all about the values. Cognitive process is also mentioned in values formation. Same as in reading. It is a cognitive process. Why? Anyone? Why do we need the cognitive process in reading? Yes? It uses the brain to think of decoding symbols, yes, the meaning of the word, and we get to unlock the meaning of a word by decoding symbols to arrive at the meaning of the word. And then it's also an active process. You know, you may read silently, but still you cannot say that it's a passive activity. Reading is an active process because you are constructing the meanings of the words, phrases, sentences, eventually the paragraph, or whatever we're reading. So I'll not read all of the content, it's there. You're free to browse our Google Classroom. Remember, reading is a thinking process. It allows the reader to use what he or she may already know. You already know it. And what do you call when you already know something? That is your prior knowledge or your schema. Okay? The more you read, the more knowledge you gain. Do you agree in that? Yes. So we really have to read and read and read and make it a part of our lives. So yes, reading is far from being a passive skill. Actually, it's an active process. And good readers read for meaning. You find meaning in everything that you read, especially in the literature. You just not read the words there, you find meaning in what you're reading. Okay. Do you agree in this first line? Everybody read, please.
We were never born to read.
Agree or disagree? Do you agree, all of you there, do you agree that we were not born to read? I see the nodding of the heads, yes? Would you like to elaborate on that? You want to say something? Why do you agree? Because I see you slightly nodding.
I don't really agree with the statement since before reading is not really invented. So human existed first before reading, and they live properly without reading before by surviving based on their instincts. So later on reading was invented, and I don't really think that human existed. That's all.
So you agree with this? Yes. We were never born to read. We are really not designed, not like listening and seeing, especially if you're born normal, I mean. So listening, you do not need to exert extra effort just to be able to hear. It just comes, right? There's a certain infancy stage. Actually, even in the womb, we can already hear and listen to the sound from your mother's body, from our mother's body. So, that's the difference. Reading is never instantly coming to us. So you should, there is an intellectual evolution. Okay? Before we cannot read letters, they were just drawings. Right? And then eventually evolves into letters. Now let us go to the levels of comprehension. I know, no problem. I know you know this very well. The 4 levels is, of course, level 1, literal. When you say literal, the literal meaning of words, it's reading what is right there. You do not have to read between the lines. It's stated already on the line. So, In this level, the reader finds the answer in the text. You just have to read it and it's there. Here are some examples of activities for the literal level. Identify the main ideas, recall details that support the main ideas, organize the sequence. So the sequence is usually bulleted, and then there is a line before the bullet, and then you just put the number, which one comes first, second, third, fourth. So all of the letters, all of the words are already there. It's literal. Also, examples are what happened, how many, how did, who, what is, which. So the WH questions, in short. And then the next level, going up from the first level to the second level, is interpretive. This one is reading between the lines. So the reader interprets the information. The information is not there. You have to interpret first the line that you have read before you actually get the meaning. So the reader might be asked to, you may ask your students to predict endings, state reasons for events, and make generalizations at the end of each topic. Generalize the topic. Okay? This one, you would know that the student really understands your lesson if the student can give or make generalization out of the topic that you have discussed. Low bat. 14. Ang daming wala. Okay. How was this similar to? And the third level is applied. This one is reading beyond. The other one is between. This one is beyond. The reader makes links this time between the text and his or her own experience and knowledge to develop an answer. Make comparisons, judgments, generalizations, recommendations, and suggestions. Decisions, creative alternative endings. And you have the sample questions there. How would you? Do you agree? What would have happened if? How might? What effect does? If you were? What would you? So these are the questions if you want to test the third level of reading. Okay, so that's 3. Again, level 1 is literal, 2 interpretive, and finally applied. Okay. So we also have here useful aids to comprehension in cultivating reading skill. You know what? As a teacher, it is hard to ask the students to read. When you are teaching in a public school where a student grew up in a family that does not read or not a single book exists, it's so hard to teach the value of reading to a student. Well, not in private school, because in private schools, they have their own libraries at home, right? But in public schools, not all families, not all children grew up valuing books. So it's your task as future educators to cultivate reading skill to your future students. And how are you going to do that? Becoming a better reader takes some effort. Better reader, how much more, if you will, teach a student how to read. Not yet able to read, but just a starter on how to read. So, putting in the time and work to learn how to read well and comprehend. Ito na, in high school, almost everyone can read, but not everyone. can comprehend. Comprehension skills, this is where we fail in the Philippines as a whole. Before, when you say Philippines, we are well known when it comes to English, communication skills. Hindi tayo magpapahuli. People from other Asian countries actually come here and ask Filipinos to teach them to speak in English. But nowadays, if you would look at the records, wow, we are down below. Koreans, mas ano pa sila, they are even far better than us. Why? Because if you would see Korean culture in studying, grabe sila. They value education so much. They value reading so much. So their parents would not allow them to do just anything they like. They are really strict and disciplined when it comes to education. It means they really put effort, time, and work hard in school. Of course, there's a good and bad side out of it, but definitely this will work if you put effort, time, and work in everything that you do. So, mahirap, no? Anyone here who experienced tutoring Korean students? Wala pa naman, no? So, iba talaga sila. Iba yung, when it comes to education, they value education so much. How about tutoring Filipino students? Meron na i-tutor. Okay, what are the experiences that you can share with us from your tutoring? Anyone? Do you teach reading also to your tutee? So how do you do that? I am what age, and then what strategies do you do? Sige nga, let me ask. Yes, you may go ahead. 3-year-old.
At first, I am confident that I can teach you how to read and write, but when, by the way, we're communicating with you online with this matter, then when I teach, I taught her face-to-face set-up, then I realized that I can teach you how to read there since the kid didn't know how to speak.
3-year-old, you know, that is
Yung sinabi ko kasi nung mother niya sa akin, yung bago ko sa luruan, nakalimutan ko yung anak niya, yung bago ko yung mga
yeah, the way she projected. But so that is expectation versus reality. And then
when I reached the kid in their house, then the sentence was not really big because while we're tutoring, there are so many people around it that is doing things,
Uh-huh.
so
some sort of distraction.
instructions, and the kid wasn't putting any effort on what I am teaching him that time.
Of course.
It is really difficult to teach it. So in the span of 1 or 2 weeks, I explained to her mother that I can't do it anymore since the kid didn't prioritize reading and writing.
Okay, thank you for sharing that to us. Meaning, when you had your sessions with that child, you did not have a study area. It's just receiving area. There, yeah. Okay. Correct. Actually, that's part of our PowerPoint presentation in a while. That is correct. One factor that hinders cultivating reading to students. Okay, thank you so much for sharing that to us. Now here is some preparations. Here are some preparations for us for a reading activity. Of course, before reading, you will have to everybody just like the example of your classmate when she had this tutoring session wherein there was no space for them, a quiet place for them to study. It is really difficult and almost impossible to have the teaching learning if everybody is doing so many things also in the study area. So good reading takes concentration. I know you know that. For the book lovers here, do we have book lovers here? You cannot read in a noisy place. Is that correct? You need to concentrate. You need a quiet place for that. And it's hard to do in a place that is noisy and not private. Just like the example given earlier. So if it's applicable in reading, it's applicable in all learning areas. It's so hard to learn to teach in a noisy environment. That's why if you are teachers in the future or even now, you just cannot teach in a noisy environment. That's why when you're a teacher, you're not only a teacher, you're not only supposed to teach English language, you are also a classroom manager. You have to manage the classroom first because the transfer of knowledge is not evident. It's almost impossible if the room is noisy. So find an area where you won't be disturbed. Okay? So that's why in the library, diba? What are the sayings or reminders posted in the library? Keep alright. Keep quiet or keep the silence. So kailangan talaga tahimik. Or else the librarian will kick you out of the library. So this is the library where you read is not a place for noise. Okay? Think it through. Look at the book or article you will be reading. So what is the topic? So these are just, suggestions for effective reading. Scan the headings. Take a look at the title, isn't it? When you have to buy books or novels, you look at the title first, and from there you decide, will I buy this or not? Okay, flip through, look at the chapter titles, if you can, headings, subheadings, get a feel for how the work is organized and what it covers. As a future teacher, you will always do that. You will find your own references. So you will have to always take a look, scan the headings of the books before you give them to your students. Predict. If you want to be a good reader, predict. This strategy actually belongs in both this section and the next one. Before you read, try predicting what kind of information you will find. Are you doing this when you're reading? Do you predict the ending? Yes. The plot twist. Parang alam nyo na agad doing plot twist if you're a reader. Okay, that is correct. And this keeps your mind focused and engaged. Any comments there? I see some comments. Maybe your classmates. Yes po. O, diba? I saw that. So, thank you. Who is that? Okay, Sheila May. Yes po. Eliza Antoinette. Yes po. Stanlord. Stanlord official is an OFW? Wow, sometimes. Uy, pati si Stanlord. Hello po, shout out. Nakiki-comment ang ating mga subscribers. Thank you so much. Okay? So read more than once. Even in text messages or in emails. Sino ba rin yung mga nag-email sa akin? If they have, ayan, when you are sending messages to your teachers, if the teacher replies back, or when you're sending emails, read more than once. I am guilty of this. Baka nahiya kayong mga Okay, I am guilty of this sometimes when I am occupied, when my tasks are overwhelming, and you send a message, I really cannot grasp the meaning of your message at one glance or one reading. So, it is indeed important that we read more than once. Not just once, but more than once. Uy, napatatawa ko. Di ba Just Once is a song? Ayan. You don't know Just Once? Oh. There you go. Okay. Ginigising ko lang kayo kasi baka hindi na kayo gising. Yes? Yes po. Yes, you may. Ask questions. Do this constantly while you are reading. Just ask yourself if you don't have someone to ask. Tsaka when you're reading is a personal, diba? Personal thing. So ask yourself, ask questions. What is the author really trying to say? Or maybe, what is the main idea in this section? And do I really understand what I am reading? So try to ask those questions. And of course, just like what you are doing now, you are taking down notes. Alright, that's nice when you're reading. Even when I read the Bible, I understand it better. I remember it more when I take notes. Yes? Yes, that's correct. Like annotating, correct. Okay? Highlighting. Earlier I saw, yan, some of you, many of you, even highlighting. And then underlining. Before, wala pa kaming highlighter during our times. It's just underlining or either using red ink. Yeah, those were the days. And writing down information forces your mind to think about what you have been reading. When you are writing, again, ulitin ko yun when you are writing down notes, you are forcing your mind to think about what you are reading or what you have just read. Kasi di ba, you need to organize your thoughts first. You cannot organize your thoughts if you have not understood what you have read in the first place. Isn't it? So, there you have it. Pay attention to organization, textbook, story, article. Every sentence and paragraph is connected to every other sentence and paragraph. So pay attention to those organization. Reading aloud. As a teacher in the future, you always ask your students to read aloud. Why? Everybody read aloud this part?
Reading doesn't have to be a solitary, silent act. Reading out loud to yourself can make the words and ideas clearer, and so can reading in a pair or group. Two people have a much better chance of understanding difficult sections than one person alone, and reading socially is more fun and less awkward.
If you have a class, for example, you're handling lower sections, you can try and ask them to read by group first. Kasi pag inisa-isa mo agad yan, read individually, they really cannot afford to do that. So when you are teaching already in the future, you will have to have a different strategy for the star section. for the for the for those, you know, more fortunate ones, and you have a different attack with the lower section. But the good news is, nowadays, we are now hetero. We are mixed. Not like 5-10 years ago, it was still homono. Like, for example, lahat ng 90, all of those with 90 above average, section 1. And the rest, divide them into the succeeding sections. But nowadays, we divide the brilliant ones. For example, you have of this year level, whole grade 9, for example, year level, all of those with the general average of 90 above will be divided into 10. If you have 10 sections in the whole grade 9 level, for example, that those students who got 90 above general average will be divided into 10 and then spread out to the whole 10 sections. That's just a sample. So that was implemented, if I'm not mistaken, like five years ago. So it's called hetero grouping. It's heterogeneous. Okay? So with that, you will really not have a difficulty. Of course, if you have the 10 brilliant students with you, you make them leader of each group for reading, for example. So that's one way of actually developing the reading skills. By pair, by group, eventually by pair, and then individually. So slowly but surely. Okay, pick out the main ideas. Of course, if you're reading, you have to know the main ideas in what you are reading. You can make a list like what you did in our activity. You make a list of this one, making a list of important ideas. Write a summary. You can only write a summary on your own if you really have truly understood what you have read or what you have watched. Well, that's another story. Now, we are now in reading. Consider the relationships. There are always relationships within a piece of writing. What are these relationships we are talking about? This is cause and effect, problem and solution. So you have to consider all of this. So understand what you are reading. Learn about context. This one is after you have finished reading. Learn about the context. Use with visual aids. Okay. Games about what you just have read. And of course, connecting to real life. Okay? Comments? I'm not seeing the comments. We have to be particular also with the comments here. Maybe some of your classmates are saying something. So, and I can also improve. Okay, reading can also boost their motivation to try reading the paragraph from Lucero, and can also improve pronunciation when reading aloud the words within the sentences. Correct. So as an English teacher in the future, when you hear a mispronunciation, don't be afraid to correct the student in a nice way, so that there is the application also. Remember the last time I mentioned to you, when you are teaching, for example, when you are teaching reading or listening, it's not just listening. There is an application of all the other macro skills. Di ba ganun naman in your classroom? If it's a listening activity, it's not just purely listening. After the listening activity, they will have to write something, an activity after the listening part. They will have to read what they have written, isn't it? So that's how you develop the communication skills. Knowledge is knowledge, or vocabulary knowledge is still knowledge. That's why I told you earlier, if mathematics major have their calculators, English majors, we should have our dictionary. It may be just an application on your cell phones. It will help a lot. Okay? Because words are powerful, words open up possibilities, and of course, that's what we want for all of our students. Taxonomy of reading comprehension. This is another guide for the teachers in teaching the students. Barrett Taxonomy. It is to cater students' understanding for comprehension questions in reading parts. So we have here reorganization, inferential, and the fourth is evaluation. This is somewhat similar to the level comprehension we had earlier, the literal, the interpretive, and the applied. So we also have here literal comprehension, reorganization, inferential is somewhat the interpretive, and the fourth one is evaluation. But don't get mixed up with them. Okay? This is just the taxonomy from the Barrett taxonomy, but the first one is the levels of comprehension, reading comprehension. The first PowerPoint I had earlier, the literal, interpretive, and applied. Okay? Please see the instructional material for further information. Ito na masyadong in-elaborate, diba? Too much words. I know you can always refer to our Google Classroom. So we have quite a number of reading comprehension strategies, but I focused on these two, scanning and skimming. So when you say scanning, it is reading quickly to search for information. For example, in the class record, I would have to look for a certain student. So, scanning. So, mabilisan. Reading quickly. You're just looking for that specific information. You may not realize it, but you are already good at scanning. Is it not? You are good at scanning, right? Magaling tayo dyan maghanap yung information na gusto mo. Okay? You can pinpoint it right away. Now, what is skimming? Skimming is also quick reading. But the difference is, in scanning, you're looking only for a specific information. Whereas in skimming, you are reading quickly to gain a general idea. So they're both reading quickly, but the purpose is different. So for skimming may allow you to read up to, wow, nagising sila sa next slide. Okay, read up to 1,000 words a minute. You think you can do that? It is said here, skimming may allow you to read up to 1,000 words a minute. So in skimming does not involve reading every word, obviously. That's why it's reading quickly, and you cannot read 1,000 words in a minute if you read all of the words. So what will you read in skimming? To get the general idea, of course, subtitles, subheadings, words that are in bold, italics, underlined, diagrams. Ako pag nagre-review, parang ganito lang. When I was a student. So I just read quickly and then just take the test. So you can do that if you really listened while the teacher was discussing. So that's the first skill, listening, right? Then it comes to reading. Okay? And then the chapter questions, objectives, summaries. So those are the things that you can get in one reading in skimming. Yes? Did anyone say now? Wala naman. Okay. Any questions before we proceed? Before we proceed to your favorite part? Ta-da! Yan. Activity! Of course, since this is all about reading, our activity is you will have to read. I have here 2 sentences. You have to focus only on the highlighted words. Because after reading these sentences, you will have to check the box of the best answer following the sentences. Alright. You want to read the sentence aloud? Just for the sake of reading? Why not? Okay, go ahead.
Today is more important than ever to be able to read fluently. For example, if you are a car driver, you have to be able to read a great many road signs.
So in reading those sentences, question number 1, what are the 2 sentences mainly about? So just check the box there. Easy, right? Dali, kaya-kaya niya. Number 2, which word completes the first sentence? And then number 3, which example of writing is mentioned in the second sentence? So the next ko na kasi you answer that at home. Right? Baka ma-excite kayo mag-answer ngayon. Dali kasi, di ba? Anyway, for activity 2, you'll have to read at least 2 articles you plan on using for your research. Future lang naman. So, if it's a plan, your plan to use for your future research, definitely what you will choose here are articles that is of your interest. Siyempre, interesado ka, right? And then, use 1 article for each technique. Give 5 minutes for independent writing. You see, a reading activity, but there is a writing output because that's how it is. Okay? In which you explain which method you prefer and why. So, for example, you have 2 articles. So, for article 1, just write the title here, mark up the text. Active reading. Underline key ideas. For example, topic sentences, box or circle words or phrases you want to remember. Just follow this. And then you will finish the activity. And then place a check mark or a star next to an important idea. Place a double check mark or double star next to an especially significant idea. And then put the question mark near any unfamiliar reference, question mark, or a word you need to look up. If it's a difficult word you want to unlock. Number the writer's key supporting points or examples. So out of reading, you will know what are the supporting ideas. So if you think this is the first supporting idea, number 1. Another supporting idea, number 2. Don't be afraid to write your thoughts in the margins. In the margin, remember when you have to write something, always observe the basics that you have learned even in your elementary and high school days. Do not forget margins. Minsan kasi nangyayari, no? You were taught to use margins, but as you go along to the next level, you now forget. You do not apply anymore what you have learned during elementary and high school. So margins. So here, if you have margins, you may use the space in that margin to write your thoughts. Or if you don't want to do that, because for you it might affect the cleanliness of your output, you can write on a separate sheet of paper. So for your thoughts on the article that you have chosen. If I were you, for your task to be easier, find a short article. Because the longer the article, the longer the activity would finish. Kasi ang dami mong i-underline, ang dami mong i-highlight, ang dami mong ina-number. Remember? So just choose a short article on a topic that you're interested in. So, that's Article 1. Article 1 pa rin. So, for Article 1, question to ask and answer when reading a text. What issue is the writer focusing? So, answer these questions. Ano lang naman to? One or two sentences would do. You do not need to write long essays for this. What's important is the reading activity, and you were able to answer some questions that follow. And then for Article 2, remember you have 2 articles, right? Okay, dialogue journals. Before reading, answer these questions. Why are you reading this piece? Why did you choose that? What do you hope to learn? One sentence lang yan, ha? Don't get overwhelmed by the length of the instruction. Okay? And then fold a page in your book in half, long ways. So in your paper, if you would answer this. Long paper, for example, long bond paper. I have no separate, but anyway, if this is the bond paper, just fold it halfways, vertical, like what is being stated there. And then on the first part, write the title and author. On the top page, and then in the first column, write down anything from the reading that catches your attention, seems significant. Again, first half bores you silly, confuses you, or otherwise causes you to take note or stop taking note, whatever it is. And then make sure to also write down the page number from which you have taken the quote. Kahit wala na siguro yung page number if it's an article you had online. If it's a book, of course, you write the page. Okay? There you have it. Explain why reading in English is more difficult than reading in some other languages. Many children, number 2, many children come to school without the prerequisite skills for reading. What are these skills and how might educators influence their acquisition? Ang dami ba? Ang haba? You can do that. I'll be giving you 2 weeks for this. Mahaba naman yung time. Don't worry. I'll not require you to submit this in a week. Madali lang yan if you will start doing during our time. Diba? We do not need so much of your time. Madali lang naman yan when you have already 2 articles. Okay? 2 weeks, kaya? Kaya naman? Siguro yung Article 1, we remove the other slide. Gusto niyo ba? Isa na lang sa Article 1. Okay, we'll do that. Remind me, Deb, as I post it later tonight. Alright. So what time is it now? Hello everyone, are you still there? We are about to finish our class for the teaching and assessment of the macro skills. I hope you learned something at home. My dear students, do we have comments? Heart, heart, heart. Hello po. Hello everyone. Hello everyone. You're only 14 at home. Miss Lucero, kindly check who are not around because I heard you are divided into 2 and you are supposed to be 22. So wala kayong 22. I'm sad. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope you learned something out of the teaching profession and the teaching and assessment of the macro skills, and I definitely learned something about you. I'm so happy to be witnessing all of your talents, to be hearing your stories, to know you and see you personally, finally. Okay, so again, thank you and goodbye for now. 2E. Yes, you're raising hand, Deb. How can you access me? Who? Ay, Sir has... For a while, please. Teka lang. Ayan. Okay. So this ends our discussion and meeting for this afternoon. Goodbye. Goodbye, everyone. Goodbye, students at home. Goodbye, my viewers, mga kamahal ko dyan. Thank you so much for watching. Love you all. Bye.